A really big thing that every character can do against Pac-Man is fruit bounce straight up on your shield, and if you do a full up Z, you can just catch the fruit, which is a really big counterplay that every character can do. So we'll see if that happens here in game 1 of our set.
Here we go, the classic JDV, just throw Hydrant, sit in the corner. Let me get this Galaga real quick.
And, you know, we're going to at least, this character can actually get in on Pac-Man just with raw speed. And we're seeing it. Wow, Tickle just pedal to the metal right now.
I really like that ledge trunk. Showing early that you're willing to go for ledge trunk because it's a very, like, pocket option. It's like, you're going to stay on ledge. Ooh, I like that tomahawk.
I love that. The Canadian tomahawk, the lumberjack. That's what I like to call it.
That's great. And I never see up throw from Pyramithra, so I like seeing that as like also just a mix-up.
Just the first time I've seen Pac-Man dash attack get punished, by the way. Foresight is actually, I didn't even think about that, but rolling through that dash attack is going to make JDV a little bit more privy to
yeah, that move actually punishable and never foresight usage. Actually, I want to say Tickle is really, really good at using foresight.
I mean, we saw it there. He foresighted the Galaga, and that's kind of maybe a way he'll get in on JDV, and JDV has to be a little bit more aware about just throwing things willy-nilly, because Pac-Man has really good frame data and frame advantage when he gets his hits. I mean, Nair is very hard to punish. Dash attack's really good. Galaga's obviously going to, put a lot of pressure on your shield. Using that grab.
Ooh, that great Hydrant the up air. Yeah, up air something at such a slow and weird angle. Ooh, just too slow.
Able to get out of there.
Yeah.
Staying also, it's taking the first stock without ever swapping the Pithra. Like, that's, we're seeing just this rush down style be really, really effective. And I do want to note that while there are Pithra players in Washington, there's no one really on our PR playing a super, super high level. So I think it's not that obviously people have experience against this character, but there's different ways to approach it in different styles. So JDV might just have to do a little bit of figuring out how Tickle ticks.
Yeah, exactly. There really isn't a Pithra like Tickle in the PNW. I've written him, of course. I know, was it Piece 2 plays Pithra as well? I think he used to play Wario, but other than that, Tickle plays so different too, right? It's not like a normal Pithra.
I mean, playing against your local, like, for example, Palutena is much different than playing Lumen, right? I mean, these are like very grounded, fundamentally solid characters. I mean, this one is a little bit more on the rushdown side compared to like characters like Palutena, but we get to really see how Tickle puts the pressure on. And he's playing this neutral really good. His openings are really small. Like JDV is only getting these fares like these get off me, so not really extending his advantage state. Finally having the bell on deck, looking for this dash throw. I mean, when JDV is dashing around, he's looking for the throw.
Exactly.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Yeah, that you don't want to go down there when that's happening and he has that item out. There's just usually not a lot of good that can come from it.
Exactly, and I want to say, Tickle is someone who really likes Pyra, but not one Pyra have we seen on the screen yet.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I was like, we're seeing just the straight Mithra maybe opting for the rush down and speed, and just even though, going to kill considerably later, but just kind of saying, you know what, I like the ability to apply a lot of pressure, and I'm not as interested in going for stray big single hits.
Exactly. If you're untouchable for like 30 seconds, it's going to do a lot to JDV and like questioning how he plays, how he's been playing as neutral. And you can't really do that with Mithra or Pyra because she's not as has that avoidability that Mithra has. And Tickle's kind of showing it off. JDV finally finding his opening. I mean, we're 3 minutes and 30 seconds deep. Timeout probably not on the table, but we get to really see how Tickle's been kind of controlling the pace of this game. But JDV is clawing back and finding his percentage now.
A big thing too, Tickle is someone who likes to stick to a specific character of the two in specific matchups. For example, one being Steve. He actually goes all Pyra against Steve.
Interesting.
Again.
Yeah.
The foresight usage there. And I think I remember seeing I think ESAM tweeted about it, or some people have been talking about how like there's not a lot of even at top level, the use of foresight, like that is what's going to take this character kind of into that next level of the meta potentially. It's not just going to be new combo strings or anything. It's just like when and how to use that against particular characters, and we're seeing Tickle employ it just beautifully here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we see from Cosmos and Shuton, amazing Pithra is the best in the world, but we don't really see that foresight usage that much, really, right? But from Tickle, knowing the exact situations where I know this will work, and then going for it and getting so much off of it.
It's extending his advantage and it's extending it hard. Getting that down tilt, but deciding to wait, but that bell catching Tickle on that left platform. Giving him that up smash, and now JDV has to try to find a way to get this Galaga charged up, deciding to put that hydrant there. It's so tricky when that hydrant is like a little bit in front of the platform because you can't really maneuver around it super solidly. You kind of see it opening up. Tickle just a little bit, 45% on deck.
Tickle being so aggressive, even in disadvantage there, getting
there
up,
it is.
getting up thrown, and then
This is
just
the first
coming
time we've seen it.
Yeah.
Yo, look, it's the other character.
So yeah, that short hop up air auto cancels right away, so you can go for that jab right after. Super good mix up.
Super active. I mean, it covers so much. Deciding not to roll through that dash attack again. Now we can kind of see the mind games that if Tickle is aware of the things he can foresight.
What a great foresight.
I
Knowing,
say foresight, and there it is.
understanding that Pac-Mans will always go for that second move out of their landing, but out of nowhere, this game is straight even.
JDV is just tacked on that. You don't want to be down there. You don't do it.
If you're
Don't do
Tickle,
it.
You're so scared
Don't
because
do
last
it.
time he waited for so long.
Please don't do it. Oh my. Oh, the up tilt. Oh,
That was scary.
I think people in the crowd too were unclear because it looked like maybe Pyra had like actually gotten clipped by something. Like it looked like maybe, I don't know. People were unsure of the interaction there for a second.
Yeah, a little bit of fumbling, and I saw JDV just be like, run it back, like understanding I was coming back that game. The ending was a little bit weird. I feel fine, so totally agree with the run back here.
Yeah, no, definitely nothing to do with the stage or anything. It was totally just the players. And like, I didn't see the time that the game ended at, but
it was below 2 minutes.
Interesting how Tickle, I don't know if Tickle typically has quick or slow games, but kind of Tickle adapting to the pace of JDV and playing a slower game, but it not allowing JDV to play his slow game.
Yeah, ever since Tickle switched off of Inkling to Pythra, the games have been a little bit more fast-paced than before, but we still see some games from Tickle going really late, even to timeout situations. I mean, historically, Tickle and Captain L used to go to timeout every game.
Oh, interesting.
But not as much anymore. Definitely a different time now.
We saw early Pyra, but decided not to stay on it. I kind of understand. Like, if your game plan as Tickle is to just like be this like kind of unavoidable person dancing around the screen, you don't really want to be on this character. And there you go. We get one flaming edge from Pythra, and then she's gone. And it's kind of working to great effect because you lose out on the foresight, correct, when you switch to Pyra, right?
What item usage there too? It was weird, that weird interaction, kind of sliding through the hydrant and throwing the Galaga.
Well there. Yeah, nice F tilt. Mythra F tilt, one of the best moves in the game. Straight up. Like that move is so safe. It's a combo starter. It's
Kills.
disjointed. It does everything, you know? Great grab. I love that. Not being scared.
Sometimes you just gotta send it and run it and grab because JDV's been doing these like small dash dances in neutral, trying to break that space, but also shielding a lot. So I want to see Tickle maybe going for a little bit more tomahawks.
Oh!
I love that angle. It's so quick and so the perfect angle, catching JDV off guard with that down smash on the hydrant, and really good lead actually, and great.
Yeah, pretty big lead, and that was so intelligent to use that F tilt, which is pretty weak for Mythra, but then using the down smash to angle it that way. It's really, that's some 4D chess there, counter anti-Pac-Man play.
You know, JDV just clutching that stock with the bell as per usual, and that lead suddenly gone.
Not a lot of damage, pretty good defensive play, deciding to air dodge through that loop-to-loop. Only taking 38. Sometimes we see you take 40, 50, getting put in the worst position. Fighting back for center stage. Here's your advantage. Deciding not to go for that ledge trump. We've been seeing it a lot, but JDV is also just picking options pretty fast off the ledge, so kind of understand it. Getting that nair out of shield. That nair is so good at getting that get off the option. Nice. Using that down tilt, the hydrant's super active, but finding a reversal. Here's Bell. Can't catch it, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, then that's not going to kill just yet.
Not center stage, yeah.
Oh my God!
I actually love the bait because he knew, just like Diddy Kong's when he pulled Banana, they want me to go for the item, right? So they're going to read me running towards it, and he said, no thank you, and just threw it out.
That was
smart.
so
That looked like
sick.
a misinput, you know? Like, that was...
Yeah, no, it was just, what a smart idea from JDV. I love that.
And that's one of those things, those bag of, like, look at my bag of tricks.
Yeah,
just like,
exactly.
It's probably not going to work, maybe even ever again, but that's the thing. However many times you can do one of those little funny mix-ups that get in your opponent's head to take a stock, and also just put into their head, well, now I have to worry about that potentially happening again.
Where did it looked like he lagged.
I know, right?
He like skid through the hydrant. But yeah, those bag of tricks, like you were saying, it's really important to be able to like pull those out and have a mix-up, because you heard us. We were all shocked that actually worked,
Yeah.
right? So we've never seen that before. And those are the kinds of things you need to pull out in this event. And if you need to pull one of them out to get a lead, you have that ready. And JDV showing a little bit of preparedness. I like that key. That was another kind of mix-up with that down air. Super, super big. Can't recover like that. And,
I mean, really big lead right now for JDV from the second stock, but this character can get comeback so easily, but not this time.
Yeah, that's from center stage. The
I feel like
Bell's going to do it.
Smash took like every stock. Bell, and then the run of F smash to Bell.
Yeah, super nice.
And you don't see a lot of raw F smashes coming out from Pac-Man. Like, I mean, the move is good for just like a read, but
That feels like center stage. It's pretty good.
it was just pretty funny just to be like, yeah, item. It was perfectly timed. Just it's like, oh, I can safely come back. It's like, let me guide you to the blast zone.
Yeah, it was really just hard read knowing that Tickle wants me to go to my Bell, and I'm not going to let him think that, and just hitting him for it. And I love that. I really do appreciate that play so much. I love the small intricacies where you figure out what your opponent wants you to do, and you punish them for that.
Because you kind of guide them, right? And that's the game plan with
Exactly.
Pac-Man.
You guide them.
You put a Hydra down, you're going to jump over this. You're probably not going to hit it. I'm going to hit you back. And we'll see if Tickle can take that off, because that was kind of, I wouldn't say dominant per se, because it was relatively close until JDV took the advantage.
It was close the whole time other than a big comeback second stock. So FD pick, I'm interested to see what happens here.
FD is interesting. I feel like a lot of people are a little bit reluctant to take zoners into FD. Obviously, Tickle.
Yeah, it's polarizing for sure.
It's definitely polarizing. I feel like you don't really have the platforms to help you move, kind of juggle, maybe get those long extended streams with Mithra. Mithra. So I understand the pick. Do I understand the pick from Tickle? Do you understand the pick from Tickle, Matri?
FD, I honestly don't see it a lot because most people just ban it. So
it's true. It seems like it just oftentimes gets banned, and I guess, I don't know, maybe it doesn't want Pac-Man to be able to, like, I'm trying to think of who benefits more from platforms.
I feel like Pithra probably.
And that,
Pac-Man's
yeah.
landing is not very good. That's one of their big weaknesses, is trying to land. So Pithra is usually liking Battlefield quite a lot, probably the ban. So, if you want to ban the Triplats, then why don't we go no plats, I guess? I don't know, but interesting pick so far, so decent for both players.
JDV kind of missing that opportunity. Hydrant was still on stage, and then you kind of just dunks on nothing when he throws that Hydrant off stage. Couldn't get a follow-up, and that is definitely a misinput. We know that Bell is not a bait. Having to use that get-up attack. This is the first time JDV's used that as a get-off the option in ledge. So getting the awareness, mixing up his options.
That shield's tiny.
Shield is a very tiny.
Ooh, yeah.
I
Shield.
think he dropped it there.
I think you're right. Although I think it would have. I don't know if it would have sweet spot, but I think it would have hit anyways. That shield
might
is
have poked,
tiny.
yeah. Shield poking happening a little too often in this game.
This reaction ledge trap, getting those grabs and getting these jabs on reaction is really important, but misses the ledge trap, getting this reversal. It's actually really big. Anytime you kind of give Pac-Man the space to charge his fruits, it's really detrimental, but Tickle, getting that dash attack.
Yeah, Tickle love going for that dash attack after whiffing a move. Works a lot, it really does. And that move's so strong too. Ooh, great jump reset.
Ooh, nice.
56% from a straight there. Using that cherry to extend his advantage and having to go for that side B, but
It was such a clean edge guard, yeah.
Really clean, 81%. It's so much. Again, you don't want to be behind. We kind of know what happens, especially if JDV gets like an early kill, an early read, especially right here. You kind of need these interactions. You need to get past this ledge trap. But everything is just walling you out. These hydrants are well placed with JDV. Finally, Tickle finding the space. Nice, gets the ledge trap this time, but no follow-up. I don't think Pithra has a guaranteed follow-up.
Yeah. Honestly, they don't seem to be doing a whole lot. I think just needs to be focusing on doing what he's doing right now. Just making sure we can just keep JDV kind of not protected by his hydrant, not able to set up his shenanigans. Ooh, just barely dodging that key.
Ooh, that's just whiff and just not close enough. And one thing I want to say is that we're seeing more Pyra from Tickle this game, and I don't know if it's working too hot, honestly.
A little slower game plan. I mean, it's doable. It gets you your kills, but you need to find them. The spaces where
There
you
it
can
is.
get it. There you go.
Auto cancel up air.
Auto cancel up air into fair. It threatens so much. And you can kind of just react at that point. You can get jab once, see if it hits.
The dash attack doing, you know, it's like you're right. It doesn't look good, but then gets those dash attacks to clean up the stocks. And now going to the Mithra to start racking up some early percent.
Exactly. And I mean, once again, the situation, no plats to land to. JDV just has to get down that nice soft nair, switching that drift after getting hit. Oh, that key going goodbye.
I really like Tickle's decision there to just like kind of hold forward on the advantage because he knows that JDV can't really like fight out in the air, especially when his hydrant is on the ground. Finally finding a space when the hydrant expires. Oh, nice catching the bell. This might be huge. See if he can do something off of it, but running underneath the hydrant is pretty important, especially if you know he's committing to an F smash. Pretty laggy move, although it is very good. Half bell on deck. Anything right here can kill. That bonus fruit. Go bell one more time. This is a pretty tense situation for Tickle.
Oh, the pivot cancel F tilt through. And also, I think it was a couple hitboxes happening there. You had the bell, you had the F tilt, and then you also had the hydrant. So
like was the bell on the other side of the hydrant? I'm actually surprised.
It was.
Right side.
I'm really surprised.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Tickle tried to forward smash there with Mithra.
Oh.
And that could have actually shifted his hurtbox into that bell, which he got hit by before he got F tilted. So.
Well, and also, was the killing hitbox the hydrant
I think it was the
hitbox?
hydrant.
I think it was the hydrant. Because
Whatever happened. I mean,
Yeah.
you're stunned by bell.
There's just a lot of consolidated hitboxes all happening close together all
Tickle,
at once.
yeah, like I was saying before, loves to run it back. So this is a scary situation, though. No jump. Yeah, totally fine there.
Very fortunate that Pac-Man does not have a spike.
Yeah. Definitely use that a little bit.
Imagine if he did. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to think about that.
Yeah.
Got him 16%, 41, nice. Now that the hydrant is down, you can try to look for more. And that's kind of important because you need to get ahead in this game. It's not looking the worst, but this is your counter pick after all. So a little bit worrying for Tickle because now you gotta fight JDV potentially to win this game. This counter pick.
Dropping that bell, trying to see if it's just going to drop on before that invincibility goes. Ooh, nice tech.
And great weight, but even then, JDV
F
getting an
tilt.
F tilt. Yeah, Pyra a bit too far from ledge with that up B. And JDV really capitalizing. This is a large lead for Pac-Man. 57% is nothing against Mithra.
Ooh, oh, the
wow.
grab that
Whoa.
goes.
Active.
The grab through time and space. Just what? Just,
It's like comical how long that
yeah,
lasts.
it really is comical.
That was absurd. I am so surprised that hit. And wow, this is suddenly going more and more JDV favor.
Yeah, this is starting to snowball a little bit, and it's unfortunate because if you're Tickle, like, yeah, you kind of have to. I feel like you have to stay Pyra now. That's the only way to get the kills.
Even though it's FD, man, that doesn't kill. It's not that strong compared to down there into that up smash. But JDV, out of that range, using that Flaming Edge, trying to fight the Hydrant. It's really unfortunate that Flaming Edge doesn't actually like blow up the Hydrant one hit like I was talking about. The moves that break it fast are really good because if you give JDV time, he's going to get these fruits for free. You know, I mean, even in disadvantage, JDV can just charge up that bell, threaten the kill next, getting that roll through. It's really, really huge. Nair, get off me. It's so crazy because if you air dodge through it, you still can follow up.
I mean, it wasn't a true, I guess, frame trap because obviously it could have just gone to ledge, but as far as covering the options, it felt pretty impressive.
And nice catching that jump, that up tilt. I mean, still looking so good for JDV, and that should not take it. I'm
It's at
lying.
170. I'm surprised he didn't. I guess down air usually only kills off stage, but wow, full Flaming Edge doesn't even kill Hydrant, so not the greatest answer to that option that JDV's been using.
Knife, yeah, there we go.
Oh, nice little attempt to get reversal into advantage, but just, I mean, living to almost 200 here.
Oh, the water!
The
Oh my
water.
God.
That's
Come
so
to me.
unfortunate.
Multiple active wind and grab boxes coinciding to steal that stock away from
He's got
Tickle.
sandwich for sure. He's got the homie.
Ooh, he's dead.
Cherries.
Making
Oh, no,
some
he
cherry
didn't.
pie
Saved
right
his
now.
jump. That was really good discipline. He burned his jump from that position. I don't know if he could have gotten back.
No jump there. Yeah, he was gone for sure.
Season that.
And this game looking almost lost for Tickle.
Yeah, it's looking pretty dominant right now. once you start JDV, also just one thing to note, definitely one of the better parry games in Washington. Doesn't parry everything, but just when he does parry, he gets something like we saw earlier. It's like it's leading into a string.
Yeah. The thing is, we haven't really seen like these really long explosive advantage stations Tickle. I mean, he obviously wins the neutral interactions long, but JDV kind of like worms his way back in, escaping disadvantage, using these nairs to fight back. I mean, when you get too close like this, it's so rough because he got 29% from that advantage state, but right now you're at 123 deficit, and right now he hasn't been showing the things that we saw from Jared, where like suddenly you're at 80, oh no, and then you die. It's kind of working to his detriment, playing a little slower game, his punish game being as strong. I mean, it's been good, but now it's looking a little rough.
I mean, Tickle slowly but surely getting this percent racked up onto JDV, and what a fair, almost taking it. Wow.
Yeah.
Super tense for
But
JDV
at this
if he
point,
got
I
hit by
mean,
Dare.
150, and it doesn't matter. These characters are not heavy, so even though that's not quite gonna kill. And that's going to do it.
That's a trap and a half.
Yeah.
The high jump
What do
super,
you do?
super-
Because you can't jump, you can't roll in,